Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me here today. So today everybody, we will be talking about the propagations I took a couple of weeks ago, which was on the Philodendron Verrucosum. Now this Verrucosum I took 3 cuttings, and one was with a leaf, one was just a stem, one was the top. 2-3 weeks have already gone by and boy have they changed. But why don't we look at some of the plants I have on the table today? All philodendrons, I might add. This is my philodendron narrow escape with these long, gorgeous architectural leaves. They look like dragon scales, don't they? They're very long, I would say nearly as long as my arm, as my lower arm. And this produces maybe 1 leaf a month. As you can see, if you can zoom in, we've got a new leaf coming in here. And this one will be sort of red at first, this sort of a brown red, and they turn green. I did have trouble with spider mites, but I think I managed to get rid of them, but I'm keeping an eye on them. You can get rid of spider mites by taking a plant, taking it to the bathroom or taking it outside and showering off the bottom of the leaves outwards. And that will wash off any spiders, any mites, and any of the eggs. If you do that maybe twice a week, you will find that, hey presto, spiders should be gone. If not, then we do it a little bit regular, but make sure you cover the top of the pot so that the soil doesn't come out, okay? So this is my Philodendron Gloriosum, and I've just got it in a metal pot. There is 2 plants in here, from the same node actually. It sort of split and 2 sections came up, so I thought, well, that's 2 plants. It's doing really well, as you can see. This is a new leaf, it hasn't hardened, it's just start hardening off now. No. Oh my god, there's a spider web, but there isn't. So this philodendron will be potted up soon. I've just got to find a suitable plant pot for it because at the moment I haven't found anything I liked, and I'm not going to muck about with the repotting of this until I find something. So let's put that one back. And then lastly, my Philodendron El Choco, which was only a week ago that we got this, still in water. I will be taking it out of this soon, but I'll bring that to you in a couple of weeks' time. So what about the 3 propagations I took a couple of weeks ago? Well, here they are. So the first one was the wet stick. Now I put all these propagations into the glass dome with the moss. There's a picture up there for you. So this was propagation where I decided that I wasn't going to keep them all in the moss. I split them 3 ways, and this is where they are now. So I placed the Philodendron Verrucosum wet stick with my other 2 wet sticks, which was the Verrucosum, which I'd actually received as a parcel through the post. These are doing really well. They haven't got enough roots on to plant up yet, but I will bring that to you when they're ready. But as you see, so it's got a new leaf, a little baby leaf here, and that's not all root, that's moss, but there is 1 root on there at the moment. It does seem to have another one coming through, but we shall not be planting that up today. I think that's a little bit too premature. I'd like to do it today, but I do think it's premature. We'll maybe leave it until it's got 3 roots on there. It'll probably be ready around the same time as the Verrucosum. So putting that to the side. Now this is the Verrucosum that I put in the glass jar. So we put 3 Verrucosums in this jar. We had the one with the leaf, we had the wet stick, and we had the Verrucosum, the top part with the bud of the new leaf that hadn't unwrapped. This is how I did my mother plant propagation, where I had it in this vase with this lid on. The leaf had already hardened, so it didn't rot with the moisture. And you see we've got some amazing roots there. So we're going to pop this one in with the mother plant today, and as you can see, which I'll bring you in a minute, there's a little shoot ready to go and become a new plant. So this was the last one, and this was a bit of a fail. So the leaf rotted because it had not hardened, and so by being in the moss with the dome, the moisture in the dome rotted the leaf. It didn't have the ability to open a leaf and also make roots at the same time. It's got to choose one or the other. So if you have the top, place it in water, let the leaf open, and then push it into moss. Otherwise, just take the leaf, the unfurled leaf off. You have a wet stick with a node and place that as a wet stick in moss. You're more likely to have a successful propagation if you do that than by doing it this way. And this was great. We had 3 different ways we were doing it, and it shows you and it shows me what works and what doesn't. So this is it here. Let me put the Philodendron ornatum back in the water. So here, so there are some small roots here. This was the area where the leaf was. It's rotted. I'm going to cut it off here, and this will be a really good wet stick. We'll probably find we'll get a shoot coming off here. I'll trim this off and give it a new start. There's plenty of areas where the roots can come out on this one yet, and I'm not going to give up on this. So I'm going to put, this is my Philodendron ornatum that we got a couple of weeks ago. It's still got a small root. I'm going to keep this in water for now. And here we are with the mother plant. So we have a new shoot here, just about to bud. And we have a new one here, the 2 that I told you about, and they're both just about to open. So what a surprise. I only thought one would, but by having both of them, these leaves will come out and they will be a little bit smaller. But as the plant grows up, they'll get bigger and bigger again. But today what we're going to do is we're going to put the cutting I took into the same pot, if we have room in here with the root system, because I want a slightly fuller plant. So I'm very happy with this plant, and as time goes on, I shall bring you updates on how well this plant is doing. Okay, so now we're going to take the Philodendron Verrucosum, and as you can see, these roots are really well. They're done so well, and look, there's a little shoot there on the side. So we're going to make sure that that comes up out of the soil. So we need to make a big enough hole in the pot I've got here. So I'm gently going to maybe do it from the other side. I'm going to take the soil out very gently to see So what I'm going to do is I'm just moving some of the soil away. Now I will find some roots, so I'm going to just do it very gently. So I'm just cleaning off the moss here, and as you can see, the roots are not as many as you think. Now it doesn't want to be pushed too far down. And I'm just going to gently fill it in. So what I've done is, there was a gap here. It wasn't very big, but we don't need a big one. And so what I've done is, you can see just the root here, and I shall bring that to you. So there is the new shoot, okay? Right here. It's above the soil line. There's a bit of the stem here, and obviously you have the leaf here. The original mother plant is here. If we travel up behind this leaf, we can see there is a new shoot here. And turning around to the side, we have a new shoot here. So doing really well. So give that a good watering, just once, let the water pass through, and just keep an eye on it. I think you'll be fine because you have enough roots on there. So I'm going to take this jar that's now empty, and I'm going to take my ornatum out of the water. There's one root here, there's a little leaf appearing, so we're going to place that in there for a little bit longer, just to settle in a little bit more. because I think it could do with a couple of more weeks propagation. I'm going to place the lid on there, and that's another one done. Now let's take this wet stick, and I'm going to place this in here. So I'm going to get my scissors, very clean scissors, and I'm going to cut it here because this is a no, there might be some roots come on here. It may not, but we'll see. And I'm just going to cut here as well. I'm going to let this dry off on both ends, and then I will place it in here with the rest. So we still have 5 propagations on the go at the moment. So the 2 Florida Ghost, the 2 wet sticks for the Philodendron Verrucosum, and lastly but not surely least, the Philodendron Ornatum that I received as a gift a couple of weeks ago. When they're all ready, I will bring them to you for potting up. So thank you so much for joining me here today. Please comment down below. Please like and subscribe. We are a new channel. New videos will be coming along the track, whether they be on plants, whether on movie or trailer reactions, or on something else that I haven't decided to post yet. So thank you so much for joining me again, and I shall see you soon. Thank you.